Hey guys, it's Christian C here back from CNH Smallenge again. I'm doing another gun review here. The rifle I got in front of me here is a 22 caliber Winchester. It's a 22 caliber SL or LR long rifle model. It's model 250, made in New Haven, Connecticut by the Winchester factory, as I mentioned here. It also has a scope on the top as well too. This particular one is a lever action 22 caliber out here, and you got a nice wooden stock on here and stuff like that. I guess it's a Monte Carlo style stock on this specific one. The scope it has on this one here is it's actually made by, you won't believe it, a Kmart brand scope on it. It says Kmart All Pro 4x32. It says image moving nitrogen filled on the top of the scope's body right here for that. So you have the adjustments for the windage and your horizontal motion on here. Your elevation. Sorry about that. Your elevation on the top and your windage on the side for that. It doesn't have any parallax adjustments on it as well. But the gun is in relatively, I'd say, fair condition out here because it was in my uncle's possession before I got it over here, and my uncle did not maintain stuff worth crap. And I don't like saying that about people, but that's what the case is. And as I said before, it's a 22 caliber model 250 Winchester long rifle. It's a lever action. Lever action works fine on this thing here as well too. The bore is in basically good to very good shape. The only problem I seen down the barrel was it had some nicks maybe about an inch and a half down on the one side of here on the actual left hand side. And for that, and let me see what else you got here. You cannot use the iron sights as it is right now because the iron sights are being blocked by your scope mount on top of that, so it's basically null and void for that specific setup. And to reload it, you just take your rod out of here and stick your 22 shells back down inside there, fill them up. I don't remember how many shells this thing actually holds because I only put maybe 5 in the gun. You know, when you're trying to slide a gun in, you always use about at least 3 to 5 rounds and put down inside it to test of that and see how accurate it is. This one, accuracy-wise, because it has some screwed up rifling on the one left-hand side down here, you can basically easily hit a pipe. I'd say maybe a large pie plate at 100 yards. But it's not going to be too accurate because of that, as I mentioned, the rifling will screw up a little bit down inside here. At 50 yards, you shouldn't have any problem hitting a small pop can, like a Pepsi can, stuff like that. The scope is still dialed in. I didn't really have to adjust it too much. I think I had to adjust on the windage portion and bring it in just a little bit more because it was shooting over to the right a bit. And for that, we adjusted up and shooting a lot better now. So gun shoots great. It's lever action, as I mentioned before. Got a nice wooden stock on it. I guess it's a Monte Carlo style or style type of stock on it for that. It's a wooden handguard up in the front up here. Barrel's basically, if you want to call it, free floating on her for that, semi-floating, because it's still attached down here with your your cylinder for your 22 shells underneath there as well too. So that's basically what it is on here. And let me see. I think this gun's at least 35 years old, because it's actually older than me myself, because it was purchased before I was probably born, probably by my grandfather, because I believe that's who originally purchased it. It probably Kmart, and it has the Kmart scope, as I mentioned on it. But for that, because Kmart no longer makes scopes to my knowledge, so it had to be well at least 25 years old at least. And let me see what else I can tell you. The bluing, I'd say the bluing is probably about 95% on here bluing. It looks pretty good. It has some nicks and stuff like that up in the front up here by the barrel. There's like somebody whacked off of something up here on both sides. There are some nicks and dings and scratches on the barrel's top profile on here. There are some scratches down outside the receiver here. 1, 2, 3 scratches. A couple scratches on the handguards down here underneath. A nice big scratch right here. The stock got some nicks and scratches on here as well too. The butt pad in the back, it is plastic. It has the Winchester name stamped on here as well too. It also has a toe splice on this specific one in the back. You give a toe splice in the back on a stock on here as well. I don't know if this is actually laminate wood or it's just plain this plain wood, not this laminate wood. Some of these American companies they'll laminate wood and put it on here, but this looks like a plain wood on it. It's also missing the sling attachments. There should be 2 sling attachments right here, and the screws are basically gone. I don't know where they went down there for that, but they are gone. And that's basically everything I can basically tell you about all the specifics of the rifle. I honestly don't know how many shells this thing actually holds, because I only shoot maybe 5 at a time when I took it to the range here to test it out, and you know, do a thorough range test and make sure things still accurate and shoots okay for you when you're out there shooting like pop cans and stuff like that. Because this would be a good gun if you got like groundhog problems on your property, stuff like that, because there's a lot of people in the area who have groundhogs in their yard, and everybody knows about groundhogs, they tend to eat up your plants, and especially your beans and stuff like that down your garden if you have one. This would be good to knock Phil off and throw him over the hill for that. So it works great. The safety looks good on here. Everything works good for me on here. No problem. It also has a safety. Safety goes in and out on the left-hand side on here. I believe, let me see here, the safety's all the way off. Let me double check it here, because I'm car blind here for one thing. Yeah, safety's on. Yeah, okay, there we go. Safety's on when it's always over to the right-hand side. See, I'm on the left-hand side. Safety's all the way over. Safety's on. Push it back over to the left. It has a slightly reddish circle around here, but the circle actually looks like it's sort of like a weird color of orange now, because it looks like it faded over time. I'm partially colorblind, so I honestly cannot tell you if it's exactly red or not, because it looks like it's some kind of weird color between orange and some kind of like a throw-up puke brown or something. But I believe that's a safety all the way over to the left-hand side, because it does shoot after that. So that's basically, I personally like the safety on these things. It's pretty neat. Don't have a lot of problems with them on there for that. And as I said before, Winchester makes damn good rifles out there for that, for hunting and target practice and stuff like that. So I give a rifle like this 2 thumbs up. The only downside is the current condition of it right now is basically in fair to I'd say like out of 1 out of 10, maybe about 70-75%, because of the scratches and bluing. Some of the bluing's taken off, and other than that, it does have a little bit of nicks on the scope rings up here and stuff like that. But overall, the gun does what it's supposed to do. It does shoot. It shoots accurately. It's good enough to hit a man-sized target out to 100 yards at your range, and that's basically all I can really mention about that. So if anybody has any questions, comments, whatnot about this rifle right here, just leave me a message, and I'll see if I can answer any questions you have about it, because I don't have all the specifics about when it was made and how many they actually made of this specific type. So once again, I'll see you guys. Have a nice day.